I figure about a minute and a half is pretty good. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's stream. I am your humble host, Gavin the Kitty, and we are drawing popular fursuiters today. Thank you to all that I have selected. I know none of them knew that I was going to be doing this, or most of them don't even know who I am. But that's all fine as is. Thank you, though, if any of them give it a shout out. Let me just find some relaxing some music real fast here. I don't even think it's gonna be relaxing. I think I'm just gonna find some music. I gotta find some something, you know, just kind of nice, easy going. This works. Make sure my audio levels are good. All right, let's get into this. All right, I know not a whole lot of people are familiar with my work, but that's all good. I gotta actually open up my little capture program. Let's see here. I use a little program called PureRef to hold ref sheets while I work on them. It holds the image while I'm working on it. So, while normally I'd let people vote for the first one, I think I'm gonna wait until more people show up for that. Let's just start off with a big guy. Very big guy I met in real life. Super nice fella. His name is Majira Strawberry. I doubt he remembers me, but hey, that's all good. Yeah. I'll try to keep an eye on chat. It is very tough for me to do that without a co-host normally on streams like this, just because the chat is a separate window, oftentimes. Let's just, how jolly he is. I think so Majira is like super tall. He's like blue. He's just fucking big. Big tall boy. Not everybody is going to be like big like that. They're just gonna be, you know, big names, but some of them have been around a hell of a long time, and I know that if any of them would like to come on the stream, I'd be more than happy for them to. We're just gonna give it some nice bushiness. So, fun fact about Majira and me. First time I met him, I made an ass out of myself, and I felt really bad about it. Afterwards, I was like, that was probably not the right thing to say. But, you know, I don't think he remembered that or anything, so after that, he was real nice to me, so I didn't mean to. Like, his voice just reminded me of somebody, and it was like, oh, I should not have said that. Because he has no idea what the hell I'm talking about. And it made me probably look like a little shit, but, you know. Each of the 4 pieces today are going to be colored. They're not going to be in my normal badge style, but they are at least going to be in a style. So, hope everybody's doing lovely today. I'm doing quite nice myself. I'm really glad that we're a little bit into Sonic Unleashed. Or, yeah, that's the music I'm listening to. Sonic and the Secret Rings. Can't wait to be playing Unleashed in a little bit, but, you know. That's my goofiness for you, right? Let's just do this. Somebody wants to see my results. Reply. Oh boy. So somebody is asking about my results. Let me just give them a link real fast. Links are in the description for all this stuff too, by the way, for any of you who don't actually know. So there's a Telegram channel and a Twitter, as well as a Discord where I like to post all this stuff. And I know I'm going to be tagging everybody properly with this stuff, and I was hoping to find the right people. I really hope I found the right people. There's a lot of copycats on the internet, and it was very hard for me to find some of these people. So I was like, I hope this is the right guy. Luckily with Stormy, it was easy. I've met Stormy before. I've wanted to do a collab with Stormy for a little while now, but I haven't said anything, because I'm like, I have no ideas. It's kind of like every one of my collab ideas. I'm like, I have no idea what to do. Alright. Alright, so far so good. I think we can do a little better on these eyes, though. It's got more of a hook going up and around. Let's just do that. Do a little bit of that. Give him some bushiness. I have no idea what most of these people are up to nowadays, by the way. I haven't seen what they're doing. 9 times out of 10, they're probably still just doing what they normally do. I'll check chat real fast. How's chat doing? Ah, 1 viewer, 1 like. Hope they're doing good. I think these fursuits and fursuiters are good people, so I've met some of them. So, like, I've met Stormy, and I've met Majira. I have not met Telephone, and I met Kangaroo 1 time. So, if my stuff shows up in their feeds, that'd be cool. None of them have asked me to do this. In fact, none of them know that I'm doing this, which is kind of fun. Because, like, if they show up, that'd be really cool. It's kind of like what I did with Nick Nocturne, except he knew I was doing that, so... This is, they're going to get a notification on their Twitter being like, oh, wow, somebody's drawing me. That's interesting. Or drawing my character, or however they want to look at it, because I've seen people say strange things. And I'm going off of their fursuit, not any rest sheets or anything, so if anything looks off to these people, they can feel free to tell me. They can actually go and get a commission just like anybody else, which is always fun. I'd love to do some popular furries, get my name out there. Especially since I'm not a big artist, I'm a little guy. I've actually got, I believe, 3 commissions to finish right now, and like 2 of them are most of the way done, and 1 of them has just been long time coming, and I just cannot bring myself to finish it quite yet because it's a tricky design. I will have it done before AO though, so I want to thank them for being so patient. Thank you to I'm just gonna say Quantum because I actually don't know how to pronounce her name, but it starts with a Q. She's lovely. Lovely skunk. So, for those wondering about Presto, the eyes are going in today, finally. We got the secondary eyes. I did a little poll, and it seems like a lot of people really like the printed eyes that we picked up from an Etsy shop. So, that's the one we're going with. That'll be a nice fun. It's one of those things where it's like, the ones we made are really visible, like, work super well, look all right, but like, when you compare, there's really no comparison to the higher quality versions that we picked up, especially since I am an amateur suit maker and have never made a suit before, so. I don't know if I plan on continuing to make suits after we finish up Presto. I think I'm gonna do 1 more, but I don't think I'm gonna stick with it. It's just not what I normally do. It's not something I have a process for. I'm really not a tailor. Everything that I make is probably gonna be hand sewn, so Yeah, I know some people are like, I want a suit from you, and I'm like, that would be cool, but I don't know if I can, so thanks for asking, though. Alright, so here's what we got so far. Let me check chat. Nothing yet in chat. Wow, you guys are slow today. Maybe I didn't put out everything. Actually, let's check up on Twitter and see. See what we got for notifications. Ah. Retweet? Whoa. Notification after notification, and that's weird. Odd. It was like, here's 2, except not 2. Except is 2. Okay. Twitter's weird. I hope everybody's doing lovely, though. Ah, cool. Cool. Glad to know somebody else joined the little art channel. You guys can join it too, absolutely free. It's just an art dump for anything I find. Anything I make, if it goes on Twitter or not, it will be on there. So, and it's just for a big portfolio, just so I can showcase my stuff to people. I feel like at cons, I spend way too much time going through my phone looking for shit. So I'm like, art dump would work lovely for this. Okay. I think we're good for the next part of this, which will be the black outline on a neck on an upper layer, and then colors for Majira. And then we'll have 1 out of our 4 contenders for the day, and probably the easiest out of them all, next to Kangaroo, just because this design is so simple. I think it's the simplicity that gives it a lot of charm, though. So certainly not something to be ashamed of. I think the simplicity in your design is phenomenal, Majira. So if I'm saying it like you'd even watch this. I don't know if I'm gonna do everybody on like one big canvas, but all right, should go with some colors. I think I'll go with, like, I've been doing a lot of colored pencil shading lately, and I think that's where I'm gonna stick. What I'm gonna stick with. So I'm running off of, like, 1 image a piece for each of these. Quite a foot forward right there. Alright, there we go. We'll just start with the purple on the ears. Seems to just be like a purple outline. And then a red inner. It's not like an inner ear, it's like the outside of the inner ear. So like, where it would be if we reversed it. Sorry, I am off topic. And where are my manners? I don't know. I don't know where my manners are. I kind of ate my manners. I decided, you know, one day, manners go out the window. I swallowed them and then said, yeah, you're not getting these back. I'm fucking kidding. If you've ever met me, I think a lot of people can say that I'm a fairly good person. Fairly good, not like the best person, but, you know, I try. Anyways. I mean, sometimes I'm irritable and stuff, but, like, I do my damnedest, okay? Alright. You know, a lot of popular species in the fandom is like wolves and stuff. I actually got told once that somebody chose their Sona because they thought wolves weren't a popular option, and I just showed them and I was like, nope, that is the most popular option. Thank you, please try again. Which they just kind of chuckled at, and I was like, yeah. You know that now, don't you? I'm like, yeah, that's what I figured. Good try, though. I'd love to do, like, suit critiques one day where I'm just like, yeah, let's, like, go over and talk about each furry's fursuit. But one of my friends had even said, we've talked about it before on the show, we were like, let's not do that. That seems like something that could be really, like, misconstrued as being super rude. And I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see that. I'm like, you don't want to come off as rude, especially to other people that you don't know. So, like, for this, like, if they ask me to, like, not draw their character, I'm cool with that. Granted, like, if they don't want me to post or keep it up, then yeah, absolutely, I'll take it down. But as it is, I'm, like, my mind's all over the place today, so ignore my ramblings. Usually we have chat people to help me out with commentating, and a co-host that normally shows up, any of them. It's okay if they don't. Today is an art stream. It normally gets lower views, and that's fine. That is a-okay. Actually, I got told once that some people only watch my gaming stuff, and I'm like, you're missing out, man. You guys are all missing out. It's not on a real relaxing time. But some people just want to get wound up, and that's fine, I guess. I don't really know. I like being calm, personally. I think I do my worst work when I get all excited and hyper. I feel like I rush stuff then. I'm better off being calm and relaxed and a little jazzed to do something, of course, but, like, never, like, so far that I'm like, yeah, let's just be fucking excited and hyper all the time. Just not my vibe, not my mood. If you feel like bringing up drama with any of these furries, I'd prefer if you didn't, because I actually have zero idea of what any drama goes on in this fandom. I tend to stay out of it. I hear little pieces here and there, but, like, with these 5, I'm like, I have never heard a damn bad word about Majira. I've never really heard that much bad about... I've never heard anything bad about Stormy or Pakori, so I'm like, you know, let's just... I'll pick these guys. And it was really random, because I was like, let's draw popular furs. And I spent, like, a couple hours, like, popular furries in the fandom. And I ended up with, like, what are the most popular species? And I'm like, that is not my question. That's not what I asked. Try again. And just had to look up, like, popular furries. And even then, I was like, okay, these are really generic, and some of them are not safe for work. I can't use any of these. Saw the picture of Pakori and said, haha! I'll go to Twitter. I'll go to Twitter and find my pics. And we'll start with Pakori. And the minute I hit Twitter, I was like, Stormy. I should do Stormy. And then was like, you know what? Let's go down this rabbit hole. Let's do Majira, too. And as I was clicking, I just happened the last person to show up in that long trail of, like, Twitter recommends you this person if you follow this person, was Telephone. So I was like, you know, I've never met Telephone, but I'm sure they'd like some free art. I think at one point they made suits, or they still do. And I've never seen Telephone personally. It's always been like, if I meet him one day, I meet him, but it doesn't much matter to me. I know they're popular, and I know they've got a lot of people that, like, bug them, so I'm like, this would be nice. This will be a nice little thing. And the more people I can pick that have YouTube channels and do YouTube stuff, cool, because then I can have them on my show. Now, I know Majira's audience is a lot younger than mine, so I'll try to keep cursing to the minimum today. But, you know, because I know, like, if this pops up on feeds, it's gonna pop up on feeds. But I know, like, a lot of... I know kind of how their demographic is, and I'm like, probably shouldn't make, you know, cursing remarks or anything, so should be nice and polite. Let's see how the chat's doing. Hi, Quail. How you doing? Probably close that one. Let's check the thing. Remember, guys, if you send out links and stuff for the videos, let me know what you're doing, because it helps my name get out there. We've been trying to grow this channel quite a bit since for a while now, and I'm like, yeah, you know, strawberries were always my favorite fruit for a while. It was either strawberries or bananas. And hello to whoever joined in voice chat.
Hello.
Hey Tomo, how you doing?
Just woke up.
Well, good morning. I'm doing all right. I'm just drawing some popular furries.
Oh.
We're starting out our morning by drawing Majira Strawberry.
I think I've seen him before.
I guarantee you have. He is quite popular with the youngins. His audience is rather young, but I figured I'll give him some art, as well as Stormy and Picori, and we'll go from there. But as for these Sonos, they are all just going to be real quick doodles. It won't take very much of my time, and I'm not going to take up very much of my audience's time doing this. It's just a nice, relaxing day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So any good plans today?
No. I can think of.
None you could think of. That's fine. Not the first time that we're like, yeah, we got nothing going on.
I literally have nothing going on.
Alright. We just black out that. Like I said, none of these are going to be real detailed. They're just kind of going to be really, not the highest effort I can do, but certainly an effort. Each one of these is going to be at a slightly separate style. So, for this one, I'm going with more of a coloring book style to match with how his audience goes with, because, like, you know, I figured that would be cute. Just some colored pencils, and do a thick, bold outline like a marker or a pen style. I have to change the music in a little bit, though. It's getting a bit repetitive. Wasn't expecting this would be like a 30-minute version. Alright, I'll just... I can't play that because I'll get copyright claimed. Thanks, channel. No, you didn't know that when you went into it. Yeah. There we go. I got 4 messages. As well as... No, just somebody sending jokes. Hi, Mike Hellfox. Or no, that's... Of course. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. I'm just doing my thing. Doing some art. Right, Tomo?
Mm-hmm.
We're doing four popular furries in some popular art styles. And then we'll probably, I don't know. They'll all end up on Twitter with their own respective, like, tags and whatnot. So. This first one I went with more of a coloring book style for Majira. So I think it's turned out pretty well. What do you think, Tomo?
Yeah. Look, it's
Wish, chat, what you think? And how is chat doing today? I haven't gotten to ask yet. I gotta pick a different song. This is too fast for my liking. Too many sharp notes. Gonna cut myself on the music. Actually, Tomo, if you could keep track of chat, that'd be wonderful.
sure.
I'm going to butcher the spelling for this one right here. Yeah, I'm just gonna look it up. Alright, my name at least. I've been getting into the habit of signing my work more and more because I noticed that if it gets reposted, a lot of people don't don't credit me or anything. Which none of my work really has been, but I'm like, I've seen that enough to where I'm like, I probably should want to, you know, put down my work, my name on it. Just so I know I'm spelling it right. It's like Meyer. Majira, okay. I believe that's how you spell it. There we go. Our first one is done. Let me just save it real fast. We'll just save that. And we'll start on the next one. Go here. Hope everybody's been liking what I've been putting out recently. Discord, Discord links are in the description below. I know a lot of people haven't been realizing that I put them there. So, for those who don't know that I'm putting them there, yeah. I think the next one we're going to do is going to be Kangaroo. I'm just going to be using a pretty famous picture, but actually, you know what, I'll look it up because I don't want to. At least I think it's pronounced Kangaroo. Just gonna have to go back through that. Yeah. Kangaroo, right? Kangaroo. I cannot spell today, guys, at all. But that's the next one we were doing. What's up? Tomo?
I don't know if that sounded right. Kangaroo.
I don't know. I like to. So every time I like to say, I don't know if that one's right either. It's like P-O-C-A-R-I. So I like to say Pakori for some reason because I read it weird. Mostly because I'm a big Zelda nut, and the Pakori is a race in Zelda. Alright, I've got my two references up. Generally, I like to pick a little bit more, a little bit less, somewhere in between. With Majira, I just did one. I've seen the suit in person enough to where I'm like, yeah, I think I know how to do that. With this one, I think I want to go with more of a cutesy style. but I want to keep it like, I don't know. We'll just kind of, I'm just going to attempt. We'll do this like that. Of course, we're getting Green Hill Zone music. I was not planning on Green Hill Zone, but this is what we got. So, Kangaroo is known in the fandom for suit making, I believe, as well as their YouTube, and they're quite nice. They're quite a nice person. I've met them one time, so this is, you know, that's why I need so many references. I already asked the chat how they're doing. Nobody said anything, but I'll ask again since we're, you know, half hour in finally. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing great.
Oh, nicely done, Tomo. Good job.
Yeah, okay.
Good job.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. That wasn't me. It was one of you.
Sure. So Tomo, what you thinking about for breakfast today?
Well, it's more brunch time now. I don't know if I'm gonna eat anything, but again, also Revolter says, did they just went Krongo mode?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Me neither.
He's been doing weird, like, meme stuff. But, no, a lot of the special guests that I have on my channel will, like, show up for a couple videos, and that's about it. Alright, we're just gonna jazz this up a little bit. So I noticed with a lot of popular fursuits, they've got big ears and a little bit of hair. Honestly, I think if you did a one-size-fits-all for fursuit for popular fursuits, you just end up with this very mangled mesh colorful design with big ears, little bit of fur on the top of the head, and like this smuggy sort of look. For a lot of like smuggish, because I'm like, they've all got eyebrows, and like I'm just thinking a lot of them could do like really smug sort of looks if they wanted to. Not to say they are smug, just to say like that's the sort of look that I see a lot of them give.
Ooh.
Like if you had to boil down a look, like would this eyebrow pattern not like fit super well for like a lot of people?
I think it would.
Do a little winking face for this one. I think for the outline here, we'll do a sort of, I'll do a minimalist sort of like cartoony drawing. If that makes any sense. Or like I don't complete a lot of the lines. I just let your mind fill in the blanks, because, like, it's not all the way there. The best comparison is, like, the Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, a lot of, or for Pac-Man is, like, they never complete a single line. Like nothing connects, but you got a lot of color there, so it contrasts. It contrasts enough for you to be like, yeah, that's a full line. That's kind of what I've got going on there. You sound bored today, Tomo.
No, I'm just tired. And bored.
And bored, of course. You've got to add in your and boards.
Yep. And hungry. And I don't know what to eat.
You know what you could eat?
Kitty?
Delightful bowl of today's... Actually, I don't have a sponsor. I can't.
Hey, imagine.
Imagine, yeah, imagine. That'd be some work in. That'd be putting the work in, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Ah, well. Maybe someday, when I'm a bit more popular, I can... Maybe when I'm like these fine folks. And have a bit of a following, we can maybe do that.
More of a milk cult.
That's what you want me to have, Tomo.
We must have milk cult. Only milk cult.
I don't think we need that at all, but okay.
Praise the milk. Praise the milk. Praise the milk.
Or not, because Tomo's being crazy.
I will throw milk on you. I am the milkman. My milk is delicious.
That's what they all say. Anyways.
That's what the milkman says.
Don't even reference that.
I'm sorry, I like Psychonauts. I never got to play the game.
Oh, not the Psychonauts part. The other thing that you did the beat to.
I'm confused.
That's okay. I'd much rather you be confused than know what I'm talking about sometimes.
What's a sandwich?
Food. Sandwich is food.
Is it good?
Sometimes.
What's on it?
I don't have one, so...
What are you eating now?
Pizza from last night, because that's all I got.
Man, you always eating pizza. You should be called Pizza Cat.
You know, I do know of a couple people who would probably call me Pizza Cat if they could, but I have not. I keep eating pizza because it's cheap. It's incredibly cheap.
You know what else is cheap?
What's that?
Cereal.
It is. I'm
Also, my mom.
Of course.
I'm feeling silly today.
I know a lot of people that like to make that meme. And I know that for some reason last night I just kept thinking like, wouldn't that be funny?
Oh no, bro.
I actually had somebody who watched my stuff find my channel and stuff, but find me on Discord. But like they've never they didn't know that I had a Discord channel. So shout out to them. But I have a Discord. Links are in the description below. Please use the description. There's a fuck ton of links down there.
Revolta says live milk reaction.
What if I don't?
You know what's cheaper than that? Mind Goblin.
Oh god.
Revolta said.
How about you guys not start with that? Cool.
But it's funny.
You guys have done this joke to death. It's okay to not.
I haven't.
No,
I haven't used that.
Revolta has. I hear
Sorry,
he's.
Gavin. Revolta says.
I don't care either way. I just think it's fucking weird that you like.
He
That
said
is,
it had to be done.
that's the one joke you guys like to keep repeating, and I'm like, I've heard it before. I read it the first time. It was never funny, but I'll let you guys have it, I guess.
How fast can you say the glub glub gab gilab?
You said it fast enough for me to say okay.
Glub glub gab gilab.
The hell is that from?
It's a song. I'll send a link to you.
Would it be something that I would normally listen to?
No.
If that's what I figured. If the answer is no, then I'm probably still not going to listen to it.
Come on, it doesn't hurt to give it at least one listen. Ooh.
It might. It might
And
just.
Just give it one look, and I won't bother about you anymore.
I'll listen to it after the stream.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I wouldn't ask you to watch it during the stream.
Well, people keep being like, you should do live reactions, and like that's not this channel. Go ask the Fine Brothers and their.
Foxano says, "Heyo."
Ayo, how you doing, Foxo?
Oh. I need a shower today.
So I know Picori is from Australia, so I'm pretty sure they have no idea. They're not even awake yet. Which I think would be freaking hilarious if they woke up and just all of a sudden art. So here's what we got so far. Of course, I haven't done like a detailed line there. And now all I gotta do is color. So let's do our little line trick. Like I said, if I like the lines, this speeds up everything so much. I just boom, boom, ba-bam. Isn't it like the Pac-Mans anyways? Alright. So I'm going to try to get close to this blue.
I'm alright, Foxano.
He's just tired.
Yes, I'm alright. How are you two?
Oh, I'm good. Just working on art. Working on doodles. It is the way of the doodles. Do it like this sort of style.
You said we were. Shit, I can't remember.
Listen, if you're gonna bring up Belle and Wonderworld one more time, I'm gonna tell you.
No, nothing to do with Belle and Wonderworld.
I said we were doing art stream today.
No, I know, but
What, you don't?
something about. I don't remember the date. You said we were going to do Jackbox.
Yeah, that is either going to. That's probably going to be Saturday, if not Friday, depending on when Artie gets back.
Have a lot of people been asking you for Belle and Wonderworld?
Just you.
Really?
Just you. Oh, and
I'm.
and Truman.
Well, it couldn't have been me that many times.
I said and Truman.
Uh, well, he must mention it a lot. I mean, oh yeah. Also, Revolta says, by the way, tomorrow is my birthday.
Oh, well, happy early birthday, Revolta.
Happy early birthday, boy. Here's you some cake.
Yeah, go cake it up somewhere. Go get double caked up on a Thursday or something that the kids say.
Foxono, no.
What?
Foxono says, I want to see you play Wonder World 2 X3.
Well, the minute we get to 200 subscribers, I'll be playing a 100% every achievement run through of Balan Wonderworld, so you don't have to wait that long.
I didn't know it had achievements.
Yeah, it does. It's only got one button, but it's got achievements.
I'll be damned. But are you going to be able to get them in one run, though?
Yes.
Revolta says, I'm in Goblin mode right now. And Foxono says, happy early birthday, Revolta X3.
Right,
Your
which is
birthday is so close to mine. Lol. That's a cute snoot.
It is a cute Snoop. Corey's suits are always really cute, though.
Boop.
There's actually a lot of people on the internet where I'm just like, their suits are so cute. That's another going factor for a lot of popular furries. Their suits are very cute.
They're mostly consisting of foxes and wolves.
Liz is a kangaroo.
I've never seen a kangaroo fursona.
You've never been to a furry con.
Do I have to be?
No, you don't have to.
Uh,
To be a furry, you do not need a suit. You do not need a fursuit. You just need to like anthropomorphic characters.
and I do.
So you're perfectly fine. But I do know some people who have this misconception that I need a suit to be a furry.
Ooh.
In fact, my mom once told me, if you bring a suit into the house, I will disown you. She did not keep her word. I have brought in multiple fursuits into her home. In fact, I think it's absolutely hilarious because every time I'm like, no. In fact, when it comes to Presto, once I finish them, the minute I can get that suit to Centerberg, it'll be right there in town, and I'll wear it to a couple places just to have some fun. Do some filming at my local park. Reminisce about some times I did this and that. I feel like that would be really fun. Just doing a nice walk down my own personal memory lane.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know that a lot of people are gonna be like, "Who the fuck's this little dude? Who the fuck's this Who the hell is this bunny?" And I'm like, you'll figure it out. In fact, if you're wondering who the bunny is in the thumbnail, oh, you'll see him when I finish the suit. It's who I've been working on for the past couple days.
They don't know who the bunny is?
A lot of people don't know who the bunny is, and I'm perfectly okay with that. They don't have to know who the bunny is. All they have to know is that I am the cat. In fact, a lot of people only know the cat, so... And that is a-okay with me. Alright, so the nose is like a different shade here. It's like matching the eyes, which to bring down the brush here. And I'm gonna need to look up the spelling of the name because I am not messing this up. With Majira, it was like, I think I can spell it, and then was like, I'm gonna fuck this up so hard. Let's not.
Revoltus says, just say it's my goblin mode.
You said it.
Sorry.
You did that. You did that again.
No, it's not me.
I know. You're feeding into him.
I am confused.
It's like a D's nuts joke or whatever. I don't know.
Oh god, is it gonna be a D's jokes mode? D's jokes meme joke thing?
It's what they like to do. So.
Should I keep reading the chat?
If you want.
Oh, Gavin, Revolta says, Gavin, I'm goblin. No.
How about you stop it, Revolta? Your joke is worn out and into the ground. It's time to stop, man.
He says, okay, okay.
Yeah. Pokari.
Revolta
And my roommate Brett has the hiccup, so I hope that doesn't pick up with the mic.
I heard something.
Yeah, that's Brent.
Revolta says,
Oh, is there a newer suit that I could have used a reference of? There is! Oh, gosh darn it. At least that looks a lot newer. Oh, darn it. It's a darker blue, too.
it wasn't the Smay joke.
Tomo, I have no idea what in the hell.
Muffin time.
Alright. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to. So while my roommate is dying. Because I almost forgot these tiny little pinpoints here. We're just gonna do one there, one there, big one down there.
Revolta says, did you say, would you day your roommate is dying? Revolta says, say.
Oh, he's just hiccuping a bunch. It's a figure of speech.
Yep.
Yee. Just so I make sure that I'm spelling this right, because I'd really not like to offend any of these people. I'd like to do collabs with them one of these days.
Hey, buddy, I'll be right back. I gotta go feed my cats.
You're all good? Alrighty. And with that, Pakori is done. Save as. So our next one up, we've got Stormy or Telephone. It's up to you guys on which one you guys want to see me do next. I have to scare him. I can't scare him. He knows I'm live, and I'm not stepping away to the mic to scare him. So, those are your next two options. I figure I'll give you a moment while I'm waiting. And I'll check out Twitter for a moment to see if any of them have actually noticed that I'm drawing them. Because we're up to 2 left, and yeah, no, just still kite. I could do kite, I guess. I've done kite before.
Hey, Gavin.
Hey, Oxide, how you doing?
Doing good. I'm just joining in for a little bit.
That's good.
Too long, but I did want to at least join in for a little bit.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad you're here. We're drawing famous fursuiters.
Ooh.
So.
Do I count? I'm messing.
Yeah.
I'm not famous. But
so we've already done Majira Strawberry and Kangaroo, and our next two choices are between Stormy Floof and Telephone. And I figured
I was gonna say telephone.
Yeah, everybody knows Telephone. I've never met Telephone. They seem so busy and anxious, and I'm like, I don't want to bug them.
I met them for a very brief moment at Anthrocon.
It'll like I said, it always seems so short. So, which one would you like for me to do next?
Oh, I'm voting for telephone. Question though, have you done Ollie yet?
Ollie who?
He's for Brayburn.
No, I'm not doing
Brayburn?
that. I can't. I'm not doing that.
Oh, okay.
I gotta be able to keep it so that way then if people look up these characters, they're not finding some wild bullshit that I can't explain.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I want to kind of keep it to people who I can collab with as well. Mostly because if I can keep it to people who I can collab with, and it's great. I'd love to do a collab with Ollie, but it'd be more of like artist to artist sort of thing. And I don't really know how to do that. I've never really known. Like we could do an art trade or something, but like I don't know. I don't think he really needs that.
No, I get you.
I'd love to though. I think their suit's adorable, and their comic is.
Oh, it is.
Their comic's a great read, but it's not so much. It's not really. It's not really safe for. Yeah, it's not safe for work, and I can't guarantee.
Not even remotely.
Yeah.
Yay.
You know, it's funny because I actually got a picture. I think you saw it on Twitter. I got a picture with Ollie at FWA.
That's nice.
Yep. It was awesome. Although I didn't see Uncle Kage, which I was somewhat disappointed about.
No.
Is he okay? Has anybody heard from him recently?
Oh, he's fine. He's just not. He just wasn't at that particular con.
Well, I know he got COVID recently.
Yeah, but no, I think he's. From my understanding, he's recovering just fine.
So I don't
quite
know what style I want to do for Telephone. I'm just kind of going for it.
Oh, I love Telephone.
Same.
Yeah.
The squeaky. Some people really hate squeaking. I like it actually. I think it could be really cute.
Because
I get some people are just like, oh, it's so annoying. And I'm like, well, I mean, in some cases maybe, but people like Telephone do it really well, and it comes off as just super freaking adorable.
Hey, Tomo, it's okay to stop reading the chat for a little while. They're just trying to meme and dunk on me, and I don't really care for that.
Okay.
Not really what we're here to do today.
Why are you not a memer?
Because I'm not.
Be a memer. Join us.
No.
Why?
Because.
I don't know. Memeing can get kind of.
It can get annoying.
Not all the time.
When I'm faced with it all the time, it is.
Well, if you aren't.
Well, then stop shoving it in my face, and maybe I won't be.
What? I'm not shoving it in your face.
Talking to my chat. If you're gonna play devil's advocate for him, then be devil's advocate for him, Tomo. But I'm not feeling like memeing. Sorry.
Sorry.
Let's see.
Damn.
Anyways, as we were saying, Oxide,
I don't know why you got no subs.
So anyway, so were you at? So are you thinking about? Well, stylistically, I mean, you have a lot of choices to how to go about that. Honestly.
each one of these I'm doing in a different sort of way. So
Okay. Goodness gracious, I got so many of these I gotta do.
oh boy, what you working on today? Just more of the same?
Yep, same exact drawing. Actually, funnily enough. But I'm having to revamp a lot of parts of this particular drawing. Plus, I also have to do a flow rate calculation to confirm some numbers, and then I have to determine some instrumentation for an off-gas system.
Yeah.
See, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that
Okay. So like the horns here, there's only like 3 that go up. I feel like a Telephone 2.0 could be a really pretty looking suit.
You know, I actually one time when I was younger, I was I was in like senior year of college in my undergrad. I decided I was like, you know what? I wonder what I could do to draw. What if I made telephone, but like a nuclear powered telephone suit? So I did. I was bored. I drew up a schematic for how you can make a miniature, a basically a telephone suit that was nuclear powered.
Huh.
It was interesting, I will say that.
It sounds interesting. I'd love to see it if you still have it.
Somewhere probably. I think it's buried somewhere in my phone, but I have to look for it. But I mean, it's technically feasible, but it would weigh a massive amount, and you could never ever. You could never. Obviously, A, it's autonomous. You couldn't have a person inside of it, so it'd have to be remote controlled.
Why
And
did
B,
you? So wait, why is it autonomous though?
Not autonomous. I'm sorry. I didn't mean autonomous. I meant like it'd have to be a remote controlled thing. You couldn't
Oh,
have
just
a person inside.
just too small.
Well, it's just because I mean the reactor, obviously, even a really small one, has to have cooling, shielding, everything else. And if you
Why-
want it to be
so-
approximately the
So wait a minute, you drew up a reactor that was shaped like telephone, not a...
no, a telephone suit that was essentially it was basically a robot that was nuclear powered that looked like telephone.
Okay, that was way different than what I was thinking it was.
Yeah, no, it was
I was thinking a nuclear-powered Dutch angel dragon.
It is, but it's just it's a nuclear powered Dutch angel dragon that looks just like telephone, essentially. But it would,
Wow.
as a fursuit. But it would be, but yeah, you obviously couldn't have a person inside of it because
No, I asked
all
this.
the room.
I asked this thing a while ago from somebody,
Yeah.
and they told me why. Why is it Dutch? Because of a Dutch angel dragon. What about it makes it Dutch? Is it like the Dutch chocolate, or what makes it Dutch?
I think if I remember right, and I could be wrong on this, but if I remember Telephone's explanation, it was because she said that their origins as a species were Dutch.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what. Now I may be wrong on that, but that's what I can recall at least.
All right. So I'm not great at painting, but we'll give it a shot here.
Yeah, so no, I drew it. It was pretty cool looking. I thought it was neat. It was, like I said, it would weigh too much to take to any convention, but or at least to like take upstairs and shit. But damn, would it look cool to have a giant robot with steam pouring out of it, walking around and.
I mean, you could take that out of context, but you're like, wouldn't it be cool if you just had a giant robot? I'm like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
And it just had steam billowing out of it as it walked around and all this cool shit. It would be awesome. Obviously though, you know, it would it would be very difficult to make, especially to make it at a size where it didn't like I would try to make it like humanoid size, so to try to do that would require a lot of creativity when it came to shielding, because that would be the biggest concern.
I think just a nuclear themed suit would be fine, not so much a whole nuclear plant person.
But see, I want a whole nuclear power. I want a whole like nuclear powered fursuit thing. That's the thing. Like it would be. And here's the funny thing is that like really tiny nuclear reactors are definitely possible. I mean, we've powered satellites with actual nuclear reactors before. You know.
Yeah.
Like. We can make them really small. It's just the issue is shielding so that you don't irradiate everybody nearby. And you could get it down to an acceptable level.
You could also mess it up hardcore, but you know.
That's why that's why when you do the neutronics of the reactor, you would design it such that in the case of an accident, it's not going to. It wouldn't experience a meltdown.
Oxide, I feel like one of the things that you would do as a person, you would just you'd find a way to make a nuclear powered fursuit. I feel like you, if anyone could do it, it'd be you. It'd be heavy as shit, but you'd do it.
Thank you. I would try to do it, but it would definitely be a sight to behold and probably banned from every convention, because they're like, you cannot walk around with a nuclear reactor inside the convention. And I'll be like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, fair. Also,
Sure. Try to bring that on board an airplane. So you're telling me it's overweight, sir? I'm telling you the airplane literally does not have the capacity to lift it up. Well,
damn. What's my carry-on for you?
God, yeah, really. There. Well, I'll just check it as checked baggage. Here you go, sir. This thing literally is sinking through the floor. Does have anything deadly in it? Define deadly.
Sir, we're gonna need to ask you some questions.
Yeah. Is it? Well, good news. It doesn't have lithium-ion batteries. Okay, that's totally fine. We could throw it on board. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a grenade, but
yeah, really. Christ, no, it's some of the. There definitely have to be some very creative design decisions to make it ever feasible. But here, let me tell you this. For the longest time, our country was actually researching back in the 60s and 50s. It was a project called Project Pluto, where we were researching nuclear-powered cruise missiles.
Huh.
Yes. Nuclear-powered cruise missiles. They use nuclear rocket engines, essentially, to keep themselves continuously flying in the air. And we were also going to do the same thing with a nuclear-powered airplane.
Okay, I knew about the nuclear-powered airplane.
But yeah, no, Project Pluto, nuclear-powered cruise missile. we actually built engines, and we were making some pretty serious progress on it. It was something we were pursuing heavily. Ultimately, it was determined just not to be feasible, but
Not to be feasible or too much money?
well, I guess in the sense that, well, yeah, it was more just it was not feasible economically. Technically, it was feasible. We could have done it. Economically, not so much.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought. It's not gonna be enough. Too much money for some.
Yeah, and also if it were to have some kind of, and also if it had any kind of meltdown issues in midair, it starts getting. It's the same thing that we had with nuclear powered airplanes. It's like, man, I mean, it's possible. It's just.
So what you're telling me is nuclear powered submarine.
That's a whole different. Now wait, hold up.
Yeah, I know. It is a whole different thing.
Well, like this, there was also a time where Chrysler wanted to build a nuclear powered car.
Whoa, now that sounds like it could be pretty cool.
It looked cool. It was absolutely not feasible from a technical perspective in the slightest, but it was definitely cool looking. It's just if you look at it, it's like, I'll put it like this: looking at their model for it, it looks super cool and futuristic. It looks like 1950s sci-fi. But that's exactly what it was, sci-fi. Because if you look at the reactor, I'm like, nah, that thing is not shielded anywhere near enough to keep anybody in the area safe. It was, and plus, if you got into an accident, man,
Tiny nuclear explosion.
Not really explosion, just more massive radiation leak, and a lot of people could have get radiated. Yeah, it wasn't a very good idea. It definitely could not have been shielded enough. It just, like, overall, it just did not make sense. The only real, like, feasible things that we came up with in the atomic age, beyond power plants and subs and all that, were nuclear powered satellites, nuclear powered rovers on other planets. Nuclear powered trains were a thing that could have been done, and nuclear powered airplanes. But nuclear cars and nuclear powered tanks were just not in the making, because nuclear powered tanks, while technically feasible, had a lot of performance issues in that it would have been too heavy and sank into mud anywhere if it was on any kind of non-asphalt road, which, is a tank, so probably wasn't going to be there all the time.
So,
yeah.
I wanna bring it back in a little bit to
sorry about
Dutch
that.
Angel Dragons just a little bit. Love talking science with you though, but
I like what you're doing.
I'm just going with a painted style. I'm not great at painting, so I'm like, might as well. Anyways, but I was gonna bring up something that happened one time with somebody who commissioned me. Somebody commissioned me, and they handed me a reference sheet. And I knew that this was not their reference sheet. I knew for a fact, because it was stolen. They were claiming it to be theirs, and it wasn't.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's always a fun time. So what I did to handle that was I was like, alright, this isn't yours, right? And they're like, what do you mean it's not mine? It's totally mine. I'm like, but it isn't. It isn't yours, is it? I found it on Google. It's like the third result. And it's a Dutch Angel Dragon. And they're like, yeah, well, I was like, well, I mean, I'll still draw something for you, but you can't do this. That's theft. I'm not drawing stolen characters.
Yeah.
And they're like, fine. and they gave me this other reference sheet of a Dutch Angel Dragon. I couldn't find it anywhere on Google, so I was like, this one's probably stolen too, but I guess I'll do it since I haven't seen it online anywhere. And I did a reverse image search and everything. I just couldn't find it. So, the assumption was that maybe it was theirs. But midway through drawing it, they said, no, you got the reference wrong. I said, what do you mean I got the reference wrong? They wanted me to change it from a Dutch Angel Dragon to a dog. That's when I refunded their money. That's when I refunded their money and called it a day.
Yeah, that's a load of shit.
That's been a number of years ago.
Yeah, but it's still just like, you know...
That boggles the mind. Boggles the mind.
Well, you know, do you remember I don't know how much of an issue this is nowadays, but I remember seeing it as, you know, I remember it was actually a somewhat of a prominent problem, probably 3-4 years back, maybe 5, where these companies from China would actually find these photos and pictures of these fursuits online. And what they would do is they would be costume and mascot manufacturers. And they would show these pictures of these fursuits that were, you know, clearly someone else's fursuit.
Oh, I've seen the ones of Cosmic Woofy.
Yeah.
That one is
and they're like, oh, we'll make it just like this. And then the people are like, oh, this looks great. Wow, cheap, inexpensive, like a few $100s for a really nice full suit. And then it gets there and there's this hot garbage and it's stolen. So it's like...
Yeah, that's still a big issue. Just less people are talking about it now because, like,
I think this is a little bit more known now. You know.
Well, once the word got out about these things, people just kind of quietly went, "Oh, okay," and just didn't buy from them.
Yeah, and I haven't seen one in a hot minute, to be honest. But like, it's because the thing is, like, the moment you do it, it's because the problem is that most of the time they're going to get pictures from really popular suitors. Because those are the ones, because they have really good looking suits and they want to sell these. So what they'll do is they'll say, oh, you know, this is this. And then the person's going to get ecstatic and they're going to start posting pictures on Twitter and stuff. And the moment they do, everyone's going to be like, wait a second, I know that suit. That's not you. And then they'll tag the person and the person will be like, what the fuck? So,
yeah. There was a rainbow... a different rainbow cat done completely separate from mine. Looked very pretty suit. And then I saw like this shitty knockoff website doing it.
Oh no.
But they actually put an image of the shitty knockoff on their little page.
Well, at least they were honest. They put the shitty knockoff, so you knew what you were getting.
Oh, but
I'll give them that.
It was the funniest shit to look at. I'll say that much.
So here, let me tell you about this one. So there was also for quite a while, and it's still a problem to this day. So you know, there's like a billion different T-shirt companies online that will print anything.
Yeah,
they'll try this.
Yeah.
And they have those bots that like scan through Twitter and they look for the phrase, I would love to see this on a t-shirt or something similar to that. And they steal people's artwork and, you know, make it on a t-shirt. And obviously, good luck trying to get it back because, you know, they're essentially these Chinese companies that you'll never, ever, you know, get your money from.
You'll never hear from them again.
Exactly. So what a couple artists would do is they would have these extremely they would get heavily trademark or they'll get trademark copyrighted logos like Mickey Mouse and McDonald's and all these things and have these stupid phrases like "Sue me, Daddy" or the summoning, or they would have one where it's like 5 different brands are really well known and it says the summoning of copyright lawsuits. And the beauty was they would get their followers to put, oh, I would love to see this on a t-shirt. And lo and behold, those Twitter bots are looking around for that phrase, find it, take it, put it into the system, and automatically make it as a T-shirt. And then you find it a couple days later. There it is on the website, and they immediately go and report that to whomever it is that holds the copyright, Disney or Apple or something. Oh, you bet your ass they looked into that.
Oh, absolutely.
It was beautiful. Few of the sites went down. Unfortunately, plenty of them still remain, but a couple actually went down because of that, and it was just it was glorious.
I remember there was one like that was just Mickey Mouse on a shirt, and it was like, "Sue me, Disney."
Yeah, I remember that one. I've seen a few variations of that one. That one's that's a good one. But I'm glad that the furry fandom at least has gotten a little bit better about recognizing intellectual property and the fact that we're at least, it still occurs, but theft of art and sonas and stuff is at least not as prevalent.
I should probably state that I don't know, haven't designed, worked on, or know any of these people. I just...
and I mean that's just, you're just drawing, essentially you're drawing fan art.
Exactly.
So obviously, yeah. So, but no, it's kind of good though to know that like in the furry fandom at least people aren't like active. It's not as prevalent, at least in my experience, that theft of characters and artwork is as active, and when it does occur, people are very, very quick to call it out from what I've seen. And there's whole forums dedicated to it and everything. So
I gotta make sure I'm spelling shit right, because I don't know how to spell worth a damn.
Telephone.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know how to spell worth shit.
I use Google half the time, or I use Microsoft Word spell check like no tomorrow. Ugh, apologize about that.
Almost put my actual name on there.
Yeah, no, don't do that, because that is, no.
I would love...
That is not Gavin.
I wish I... Yeah, no, I'd love to, but no, no, that could be an issue.
Yeah, that might be.
Everyone's still doing alright?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, just scrolling through a few Telegram chats for just a brief second to take a break.
I get you. The last one we are doing today is going to be Stormy Floof.
Ooh, I like Stormy.
Stormy's great. I've met Stormy before. I met him at MFF. I got to talk to him for quite a while. Love to do a collab with him sometime, but it's just a matter of finding the time and,
I think I actually have a pic with them on my Twitter, because I think I met them at FWA.
I didn't get a picture with them because my boyfriend was off somewhere else, so...
Ah, fair enough.
And my phone is constantly dead at cons, as you know.
Oh, mine dies really rapidly at conventions as well. I carry a power brick with me all the damn time.
I'm gonna do my best to get this as feminine as I can, but...
Is Stormy Floof... Are they the blue dog wolf thing?
Yeah, and they've got swirls under their eyes.
Yeah, and they're female?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a picture with them. I have one with them, and there was another fur in there that... Silver Crux was the other fur that was in the picture with me. But, yeah, I got a few pictures with Stormy Floof while I was in suit. That... Actually, yeah, I can share that with you. I just want to make sure I'm thinking this is the right person.
Yeah, you can share it with me. I believe I follow them with my one of my other accounts.
So
my
I just sent
personal
you the link. So I just sent you the Twitter link.
Yeah, that's Stormy.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I got some pictures with them. They were super sweet. I like my suit, but god damn it, my ears are too tall. It's the only thing that sucks because I'm like 6'2", and my ears add on like 4 extra inches to my head, so I'm walking around, and like I have to duck down under certain areas, otherwise the ears will hit the top of stuff. I told you what happened at BRFF with my ears, right? When I hit
don't believe you
exit
did.
time. Oh, then hold on. Let me tell you this. Okay, so I was walking out of my room. I was going down the hallway, and I was all the way at the end. I was literally the last room at the farthest part of the hotel, which was a complete pain in the ass, but whatever. I was walking down the hall, and and there was an exit sign, and I was usually pretty good about avoiding it, but I also happened to do a little bit of pre-gaming before I was going to the rave, so not 100% there, but mostly. And my ear, me forgetting how tall it was, hit into the exit sign. And basically the exit sign was fine, but like the metal case around it, or the metal thing that was underneath it that held, came down out of, but it came down from the exit sign and slammed to the ground. So I was like, oh shit. So I grabbed it, and I spent like 30 seconds trying to put it back on. I realized I was only making the situation worse. I was like, so I just dropped it. I just basically quickly ran off.
You broke something at the con. Yikes.
I didn't know how to fix it. I couldn't do it. I tried, but my ears are too big, and they're not floppy. They're just kind of like, they're like cat ears. No, cat ears are floppy. I don't know, but they're not floppy.
I'm finally back.
Welcome back.
Hey, Toma.
Hey.
Welcome back.
What about ears are we talking about?
So Oxide's ears are like metal signposts, apparently, and they broke something at a convention because they're just a bit too big.
Oh shit.
Yeah. No, my ears are really tall relative to the rest of my like suit. Because if you look at any of my pictures like on Twitter or anything, and you look and you see my ears, they're actually pretty tall, and I'm 6'2". So going under anywhere, I have to actually like duck my head and stuff, or else I'll hit stuff above me. And I hit an exit sign with my ear when I wasn't exactly 100% sober, caused a metal part to fall off. I tried to fix it. I only made it worse. And so I just ran off. But yeah, so I have to be very careful with Oxide.
So Presto's ears are foam, and they are held on with hot glue, so they like to bend quite a bit. They like to flop around when I walk. It's kind of great. I actually really like the way I've done Presto's ears. I think they're my favorite. But I guess I'll see how they do.
I will. Oh, so one. So I have a question. If you guys had a favorite species aside from the one that is your own, what would it be? Oh, Seexel the Otter says hey, by the way.
Hi.
Hi.
It would probably be, I don't know. I always liked bigger cats, so I guess I could just go with a bigger feline.
Okay. You could be a leopard. Those are pretty cool.
But I mean, I like bunnies, and that's not an alley cat, so I'll go with bunnies. Unless that doesn't count.
No, that counts. You could actually be a cabot.
Could. Actually, a video I watched of that made me want to start YouTube by a person called Shia the Cabot. I actually got to meet them the first time I went to MFF, and since then I have heard nothing about them. I should probably go see how they're doing, but like all their YouTube videos are just gone.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to them, but once again, like when it comes to furry drama, I have no idea what the hell goes on in this fandom.
Fair enough.
Actually, the closest I've been to this fandom is going to the cons and making the fursuit, making Presto.
But I mean, that's a pretty a rabbit or cabot of any kind, or just larger feline. Those are pretty cool options. What about you, Tomo?
What?
Oh, I said, what about you, Tomo? What would you choose?
Either Tanuki or Bandicoot.
I think I know why for the Tanuki.
You think you know why?
Yeah, I can't say why. What does it have to? But does it have to do with the fact that they are mythical creatures?
No, I just think he's pretty cute. I think they're just pretty cute. I do like mythical creatures. I honestly thought Tanukis were real, but
a lot of people do. A lot of people do. That's a common
they
mistake.
might be. You never know.
You never know, except for the fact that they've tried to breed dogs and raccoons to try and see if that would work, and the DNA just does not function properly after that point, so it just doesn't work.
Oh man.
Fun with genetics.
Experimental genetics.
I had to learn a bunch of weird biology facts in school. Like, somebody's like, why the fuck do you know that? Because biology.
I nearly failed biology.
Oh, I failed biology once, too. I only passed it my second time around. I'm not good at biology. What?
I said I nearly failed it. Nearly.
Oh, so you passed it. That's good. I only passed my second year. Like I said, I'm not good at this.
So for me,
never had to repeat a grade is because I'm special.
As you were saying, Oxide?
So for me, I would either choose a barn owl or a protogen. One of the two.
Okay, I could see the protogen. Why a barn owl?
I love owls. I love owls, and barn owls are some of the most beautiful and haunting creatures ever, and I fucking love it. They are just gorgeous to me. And I also had a very interesting experience as a child with a barn owl when I was like 5 years old. And so as a result, I've kind of always been just drawn to them.
You just draw barn owls? That's strange.
No, I've been drawn to them. Like,
I know, I knew what you meant. I'm just like, you draw barn owls? That's strange.
Yeah, no. But yeah, no, I just find them such amazing and mysterious creatures, and they're such silent hunters. They literally make no noise at all. It is amazing how quiet they are. You can't hear anything. Even with microphones, you don't pick them up. They're just silent. I don't know. I love them. Oh, God. That's going to be my second Sona. It's going to be a barn owl.
So this last one that I'm doing here is going to be more like my regular badges. because why not? I figured I'll finish this out with a bang.
Fair enough.
Especially since I'm already finishing up my most recent badge. All I gotta do is put a name on it.
Oh, speaking of which, afterwards I gotta send you some money.
For the baggage.
Yeah.
Everybody got one, just like people started getting stuff like right as soon as like the con near here starts opening. So I'm like, yay! I'm gonna be able to do a bunch of stuff at the con.
Ooh.
I've actually got my panel going on there, and so at if anybody is at Anther, Ohio this year, please go to if you're under 18, then you're 12 on Friday at 9:30 p.m. We will be doing basically this stream, except there's no drawing and there's no video games, and we just talk a bunch, and it's a completely set of different hosts other than myself, because it'll be in person. It'll also be recorded for YouTube's posterity, and yeah.
Wait, hold on. What's the panel called again?
It's called If You're Under 18, Then You're 12. And it is a goofy disaster panel started by me and some of my friends, including Status the Ferret, who will be there at this panel.
Okay, so hold up. I have to ask you, obviously, where did that name come from? And how did you come up with it?
So we were talking... So this panel started with, at Anther, Ohio, 2019. We found an empty room. It was the second largest room in the entire con, and it was just empty for like 3 hours. So what we ended up doing was we came in and we said, what the hell's going on here? Microphones are still set up. Let's sit down and start talking. And about half an hour in, I finally realized what the hell was going on. I got up on stage and we started talking about a whole bunch of stuff. And eventually we came to the discussion of, well, if you're under 18, then you're basically just 12.
Huh.
And the way we determined this was, well, because if you're under 18, you can't drink, you can't fuck, you can't do this, that, or the other. So you're basically still 12.
That's almost completely true.
Exactly, but it's just true enough for most people to go, yeah, that's kind of right. So we...
Not in Georgia.
Don't start. Then do I get the technicalities, and I go, just stop.
Hold up.
Hold up, just a minute. Hold my beer. Anyways,
That's what she said. What?
I'm not even drinking. But basically, we started thinking about it, and we were like, you know what? Let's make a song about this. And we started goofing around, and all of a sudden, out of our mouths, if you're under 18, then you're 12. Clap, clap. I'm not gonna clap into the microphone. I don't feel like that's necessary, but
Do it. I'll do it.
fine. If you're under 18, then you're 12.
Oh, 1 second, y'all. I'll be back in just a moment.
But it was a fun time all around, and we got actually so loud that one of the con staff people said, "You guys need to get a little quieter, cause like you guys are cursing just a little bit." And I have to keep my panel PG-13, by the way. But like that's no big deal. We keep this YouTube channel PG-13. But we do. I can say the F word on a PG-13 movie.
What?
Anyways, while Tomo sits confused, the entire panel ended up being a huge success, and we filled up that room a couple times within our 3 hours, and we said, you know what? What's the next con that everybody's going to? And there was one other con in Ohio at that time. It was called
Oh, I'm back, by the way.
No, welcome back. There was one other panel in Ohio at the time called Furry. Bless that con, it is no more. In fact, the last year that we ended up going to it was the last year they were able to do it. The pandemic killed that convention. So, we said, let's do it at Furry. We did it at Furry, and we filled the room a couple times over to the point where we had to turn people away. People were sitting at the door to listen to us talk and blabber because it was set during the last day of the convention. Just as a thing, and it was nice and whatnot, and the lovely folks at Anthro, Ohio said, sure, for this year, when I submitted the panel, so we are doing, if you're under 18, yet again, and it'll be on the 27th, and yeah, it's going to be a lovely time, and if you can't make it, don't worry, we're going to be recording it for YouTube, possibly during a live stream of some sort, but it won't be the same as this. The audio balancing might be a little off. In fact, the original versions of those panels were going to show up on YouTube on my channel at one point or another, and they just ended up not. But there is a playlist that I've created with all of the, if you're under 18, then you're 12s. Which there's only been like 4 or 5, and the second time they did it, it was just status. But I've been the one managing the panel from there, and even though I really don't want to, and I'm like, status, please manage it, because I don't want to do it. This is the one time where she's like, host it! Please, Gavin, you host it. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. So I submitted the panel and everything, and now I'm hosting a panel.
Sweetness.
Yeah, I'm nervous as shit to actually do it. I can't lie. So if you want to show up, please, it'd make my day. I don't believe we have any connections to the charity, though, so... because we have, like, no goals to donate for. But I do tend to...
sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. I do tend to give to the charity quite a bit while I'm there, though, so... Essentially, if you're at a furry convention and you don't give to the charity, then why are you even there? They are charity events. Well, that's enough of that. That's basically it. We were just kind of, it was just kind of an off the cuff thing, and we were like, let's make it a real deal. And
God.
Yeah, we were supposed to turn it into a podcast as well, but then we just ended up not doing that. That's why Nerf or Nothing exists.
Nerf or Nothing?
I'll let Oxide take that one, because it's not even fully made yet.
Wait, take which one?
Nerf or Nothing, our podcast that we have yet to record.
Yeah. It's an interesting idea. It's an interesting concept. We just have to actually find the time for everyone to be able to, get through to do it.
Yeah. It's a podcast with Status the Ferret that, me and Oxide just kind of got dragged into because Status and Artie were getting really gung-ho about things. And... Bless their hearts. I really don't know how I keep getting dragged into these things.
It happens. Your personality contributes to it. It's a very talkative and interesting personality people like to listen to, and as a result, blam. People are just like, hey, you become a podcast.
What if we did a podcast? But what if it was purple?
It's a podcast about the color purple. The book? The song? The album? No. Purple.
Purple guy.
We don't have any guys named Purple.
But we do have a purple guy.
Actually, I think the only two Sonas with purple on them who are actively in my group of notable people is Me with the back of my hair and my tail, and Status with her ears.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think anybody else has purple on him that much.
Know anyone that has red on them?
A lot.
Name a few.
Well, I've got red on me.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. It's on my tail. It's on my head. Let me see here. Sin technically has a dark red on his hair. Even though it's more of a mahogany, I think it still counts. Harry Sonatiki has red on his ears, as well as all over his body, including the markings of the heart on his chest and the king and queen on his feet.
God dang it, man.
Shoot. I don't know.
What about me?
Where on you is there red?
The only place that is red is my nose.
Oh! Damn.
Damn, did you really forget about that? Oh my god.
I thought it was black for a moment.
How? Well, if my nose is black, you can't see my nose because everything else is black around it.
Hey, I never claimed to be the brightest kettle in the fish.
There is no kennel or fish. There's just kitty. No.
Actually, I got it, because I can't put a kettle inside a fish.
Putting a kettle inside a fish?
Yeah, that's what I said.
What is a kettle?
Right.
What
You
is-
don't drink tea that much. Kettle is how you warm water for tea.
Oh, I know that. Oh, I thought you were talking about like a different type of kettle, but who would put a kettle in a fish?
I don't know, a lot of people.
That's weird. A live fish?
Why
You
not?
murderer? Murderer?
I brought you murder.
Oh no, Judas!
Judas, no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, it seems I'm being murdered right now.
We should probably take a moment to shout out the links. Would you like to do it this time? Since we're coming. Anybody?
I'll let Tomo.
I don't
Either.
know what I'm
The links in the description.
shout out. I don't do shout outs very well, I'm sorry.
Alright, well then I can do it. So, for those of you who are watching the stream, if you like the stream, if you're at all interested in anything going on, please like the video, hit subscribe and the bell, because this channel will continue to put out awesome content on a semi-frequent basis. And as well as that, there are links below to the Twitter, Discord, and to I believe
A Telegram group where I dump my art.
group. Yep. And so if you're interested in any of that, if you please like, follow, subscribe, go to the Discord channel, go to the Telegram group. And in addition to that, Gavin's open for commissions. He makes some pretty awesome artwork, and if you want to have some awesome artwork made by Gavin, commission him. He also has is it a PayPal link below, or is it a...
Yeah, it's a PayPal.
Yeah, he also has a PayPal link if you feel like you want to use that to donate or commission, and any amount helps. So, if you're interested in that, please feel free to do that and look through the links and, see what this awesome kitty cat is up to.
The answer is quite a lot all of the time for some reason.
Yep.
I can't stop keeping myself busy. I really shouldn't be keeping myself busy. I've got enough to do already, but
You're always busy.
yeah, I am. As Tomo, everybody's like, Where's Gavin? Oh, he's doing art, or he's working on Presto. He's busy.
He's too busy, if you ask me.
Yeah, but I can't just sit and do nothing.
Well, you can hang out with friends. That's something you can do.
That's what I'm doing right now, partially.
Other than on stream.
Well, I try. There's a lot of you.
You try or you don't? What's the question here?
I try. There's a lot of people that I'd have to message if I tried to hang out with everybody every day.
There needs to be more use.
Oh God. Please no. That would get really infuriating.
More use would get infuriating?
Yeah.
What doesn't infuriate you?
Quite
seriously.
Quite a lot, but I think of myself as kind of annoying, so.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
so like when I think, oh, there's more of me. Oh shit, they're annoying. Those annoying fuckers.
Well, I'd at least like to have one of them.
Yeah, okay. I can't make a clone of myself, so.
Sadly.
You wouldn't want that. That'd be a lot of me going through a lot of the same abuse as a child. That'd be very scary. Yeah. Anyways, getting back to this.
What would you do if there was 1,000 of me?
Run for the hills. There's 1,000 of anybody, it's terrifying. I can barely. If there's 2 of my nephews, I'd be screaming for the hills. Oh shit, there is. At least
you know there actually is, right?
Yeah, I know there actually is.
They're just not related.
Oh no, my nephews? No, they're twins.
No, I mean, no, I know. Like, there is 1,000 of them, but they aren't the same people. They're different people. You know what I'm saying? They aren't related in any way possible. Just personalities. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, there's a lot of people.
I get what you're saying.
There's a lot of actual people out there. Yes, Tomo, I know.
Who act and talk like us.
Yeah.
The same idea. Yeah.
No, there's not. There's a lot that have the exact same.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's a lot of people that have the exact same ideas as me.
I mean, it's a big world, Kitty. It's a big world.
I know it's a big world. That's why I say it can't happen.
It can happen.
I say you can get eerily similar, but it'll never be exactly the same.
You never know. The possibilities are endless.
Actually, there's a finite number of possibilities, but that is...
Actually?
I mean, they're...
I like how stories come along, by the way. The color palette, the colors, excellent, in my opinion.
Thank you. I'm hoping that this will be, good.
You should post it and you should, in my opinion, post it, tag Stormy, say made some really great art of this awesome Sona.
I already made a post about the live stream and that I was drawing popular furries, and I tagged all 4 people. But once this finishes up, I'm actually going to be posting these to Twitter properly as all 4 and say, hey, here's everything we did during the stream today. If you missed it, here's the link to the stream. Here's also links to my Telegram. Ooh. Angles are fun.
That is why I only work in 2 dimensions. Aha. Well, sometimes.
You only work in 2 dimensions when it's convenient.
Well, honestly, if I have a 3-dimensional drawing in engineering, all we do is we just show a different plane, our different axis. So I'll draw from the XY, and then I'll draw from the YZ, then the XZ, and that's it. That way I never have to leave 2 dimensions. I just now have instead multiple planes and all this. We make it as complex as possible without ever having to draw it in 3 dimensions.
Fancy.
It's definitely not easy to read, but I'll be damned before we have to draw in 3 dimensions. We'll do AutoCAD instead.
You'll get a 3D pen and move it around.
You know, I've never actually used a pen pad or anything like that in this inside of engineering. I've always just used my mouse.
Really?
Yeah, but a lot of our programs have a bunch of snap features, so it'll just snap to a direct size, or we can just type in the value for how big we want the diameter and things like that. Because, like, you know, it's not subjective. Like, whereas art is subjective, and you have to, fine strokes can have completely different impacts on the piece. In engineering, it's not subjective. If the pipe is supposed to be, 4-inch outer diameter, then it's going to be 4 inches outer diameter, period.
Well, just don't forget that it shouldn't be centimeter.
It sucks because I'm actually dealing with Canadians at the moment, so as a result, I'm having to convert between centimeters and inches for the drawings. Because this American company is making stuff for Canada, and it's kind of a pain in the ass.
Why don't you just list both the measurements?
Because it makes it's super, super painful.
What, to list both the measurements?
Yeah, because the problem is that
why don't you have an auto algorithm make the conversions for you, so all you gotta do is type in the measurements in one style, and then all of the
So we have that for some of it, and for some parts of the design, but the thing is, for a large amount of the actual drawing space and stuff, or anything that involves piping, you have an issue where essentially, if you list it in both forms, a 6-inch outer diameter pipe is not exactly equal. So if I had 150 centimeter inner diameter pipe, that approximately equals 6 inches. It's really close to it. So it's 5.9036 inches. So the problem is, if you decide you're going to list both, you're going to get all these really weird numbers, and then the manufacturer's going to look at it and be like, why do you want this as a 5.9036-inch pipe? Why not just a 6-inch pipe? And so if you list both, then technically it's not actually an accurate statement because they're only approximately equal to each other. So
okay, that seems really stupid, but gotcha, I get it now. It's more of a logistical problem of looking at numbers and getting confused.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of it's the same reason why, if you have a European made car, you can't take it to a shop that works on Japanese and American cars because their tool set is going to be in will be in metric, and the cars manufactured in metric the car is manufactured in imperial units in feet and inches, and their tool sets it's going to be in metric, and they're close, but they're not similar enough that you could really just switch between them without the fear of shredding a bolt or something. Whereas, like I said, that's just the same thing we have with this particular reactor. We can't really list both measurements. Not right now, at least. Eventually, we'll have to convert over to that, and we're slowly doing so. But because we have customers that use both metric and imperial, it just kind of becomes a pain in the ass to essentially say, yeah, they're, these are the sizes. It's just another reason why I wish America would just use the metric system, but Americans will literally do anything to avoid the metric system.
Well, I mean, technically we are in the metric system. It's just that we list both measurements and pretty much everything.
Yeah, but I mean, almost. But when you're in school, let's be honest. From a very young age in school, for instance, you're taught. Yes, you're taught both units, but I mean, what do people use? They're going to say, they're not going to say, if you're at an American school, you're not going to say Timmy's, 1.5 meters tall. You're going to say, instead, you're going to say, oh, Timmy's like 4 feet 8 inches right now. Because, and then like you look at the speed limit, what's it listed in? Miles per hour.
Actually, it's listed in both.
Where? I've never seen it listed in both on any road I've been on.
Our car lists it in both, like speed limits and stuff.
I thought it was the speed limit on the side of the road.
Maybe not on the side of the road, but like the car itself, the internal stuff, all lists it in both.
That's not necessary. That's just because that's just a manufacturing. That's just an artifact of how they manufacture dials. And it just makes cars easier to ship to anywhere in the world without having to change out too many parts. But no, it's I'm saying, like, if you look at America, if you look at the speed limit on the side of the road, it's always in miles per hour. If you go look at a house plan and you're looking at the size of the house, when they list the size of the room, they're going to list it in feet and inches, and they'll say it's a 1,000 square foot house. It's just, we as a society are very, in our day-to-day stuff, are very heavily ingrained into using imperial units, and that leaches over into engineering and science, but then trying to convert with the rest of the science community is just it brings pain to my head.
Well,
Centimeters.
Yeah, fair.
Also, loving how things are looking right now with Stormy.
Thank you.
Oh, Andre the Kangaroo says, hey.
Hi.
I should read the chat a little bit more often. I apologize. I will be doing that.
It's alright. I'm good. We're going to be finishing up here in just a moment.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've done all 4 drawings, unless you guys can think of anybody else who I should draw.
Rex?
Not off the top of my head.
Not as high caliber as what I'm going for with this one.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact, did you know that it was never proven definitively, but they were pretty sure that Jim Carrey went to a Comic-Con convention in a gigantic squirrel suit.
He confirmed that, actually.
Oh, so he did actually do that. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, he did that as a joke. He thought it was fucking hilarious, and I agree.
Yeah, no, Jim Carrey. I could unironically see Jim Carrey going around in a fursuit just because.
I'll look up to him.
There we go. What?
Ooh, it looks awesome.
Nothing.
No,
the swirl looks great.
No, what'd you say, Toma?
I didn't say nothing. Don't worry about it.
Alright. Well, can you think of anybody else to draw?
Not at the moment.
No, not really. Maybe you can draw a viewer.
Could draw a viewer, but that more falls in line with the commission, generally.
Okay. Well,
Generally, what it goes down to is For these art streams, I generally make a list of what I want to draw, and then I do it. But when it comes to like commissions, like that's like, oh, a viewer wants me to draw them or something of the like. That's basically if it's a pre-existing character like Mario, Mega Man, Sonic, or like Solid Snake, that is like free range for me to draw during these streams. When I do something like this, where I'm like drawing popular fursuiters, which is the topic of the day, I go online and I find a couple people who I'm like, they are popular enough with their fursuits to go, they're recognizable, they're large enough names to where if you know them or don't know them, you can look them up and find them very easily and know exactly what they do. And they're not problematic.
They're SFW.
Yeah. Like Oxide wanted me to draw Ollie. Love to, but that's more of a not safe for work sort of deal, and I'd love to work with them eventually, but that's just not quite what I do.
What about that damn dog?
What damn dog?
That's his name, the damn dog. That damn dog.
I've never heard of them in my life.
Yeah, probably never did.
Listen, like everybody I chose here today, don't really have any sort of negative connotations. None of them have that much drama around them, and that's kind of why I chose them. They were mostly at random though. I just kind of went for the first couple that were off the top of my head.
Well, shit.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all that. If you want to see any of the art that we did previously today, feel free to check out the Telegram group chat. The links are in the description for that. I've also got a Discord and a Twitter. Links are also in the description. If you enjoy my content and want to feel free to donate, I have a PayPal link down there. And my commissions are open. If you enjoy my content and can't give or don't feel like clicking any of the other links, at least click subscribe and a like. It really helps the channel out, especially ringing the bell. Anything else?
Nothing I can think of.
Alrighty. With all of that said, this is my final ending image. About 10 seconds of this, and things will pop up about a day after this goes live, because YouTube makes me waited 24 hours to put the actual little icons up. Yeah. But there will be a button off to your right that'll let you click and subscribe easier, and 2 playlists and a video that'll let you see other stuff I do. With all that said, though, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been your humble host, Gavin the Kitty, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Woo!